Southern Canadian coins in with a massive $50 and large dollar bag of coins, and I also have about 20 rolls of quarters and dimes here, so I'm a little curious to see what's inside in this bag. My friend said there was no silver halves, there was no silver dollars, so I'm not getting super stoked for that, but doesn't mean I can't find variations, varieties, possibly errors. So I'm going to start going through this bag here and see what's inside. So these are the $50, and I'm assuming they're just more than likely more modern, like you can see at 2002 there. But I'm going to open one of them. Well, a couple fell out. And I think that's what most of them are going to be. I'm going to go grab those too. Let's see what these are. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be mostly 81s, 70s, 76, 78. This one actually might have came from a proof set, actually. Now check this one out. Yeah, I think this one actually came from a proof set. So already off the bat, we have a proof $50. There could be more in here, I don't know. Oh, we got a modern one. Oh, we got a 2005 $50. That's considered to be an NFIC. So it means there could be a bit of goodies in here in terms of like modern and stuff like that. I know there's a 77 business strike that I should look out for. And I think some of those are pretty interesting. So I'm going to put these off to the side for now. See if I can find anything else that looks similar like that. There are some nicer ones in here. Here's a pretty nice 73. It's pretty cool. Last day of the year, and I basically got all of this. So I'm going to put these all off to the side. And I'm going to start going through the other ones. Here's a pretty nice 69. Like it's got tons of luster still left on it. So yeah, they're pretty nice coins, I'd say least. Smaller roll here. It'd be cool if there was actually a silver one in here, but I know for a fact there isn't going to be any because, one, the silver $50 that we had were actually bigger. Not seeing anything in this one. So, do another roll here. Move that one up a little bit closer. You know, I'm always interested to see what I can find, like what can be out there. But yeah, there's not going to be a single silver one in here, but I think I do see some more interesting ones. 85, 83, 87, 71, 87, 84, 74. Hopefully I find a 77. That'd be pretty cool. I do have proof like 77s, but I don't have a business strike one. And those ones are pretty difficult. Here's 1970. That's pretty nice shape too. So I'm going to be selling these to my dealer tomorrow, but I'm going to go through them and see which ones I have and which ones I don't, because I'm going to keep the ones because I have other dollars on to the side, and replace them with these. So 74, 68, 74, 75, 74, 73, and yeah, that's basically that for that one. And the final roll for the half dollars. Looks like he rolled these, oddly enough. It'd be cool if I actually did find a silver half dollar, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not in my deepest dreams. Not seeing any RFICs. Just mostly common date stuff. No 77s. By the looks of it. Looks like this guy went through these, so he might have known what he was looking at. Oh, here's a pretty nice 86. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty nice 86, my personal opinion. But I'll debate if I have a nicer one. 84, 74, just another 2002, 69, 75. And I think that's what she all wrote for these, so not seeing any 77s. So I'm going to put these off to the side. I'm going to organize these dollars. It's going to take me a little while to go through these. Then if I happen to find any interesting varieties, I'll call you guys back in. I'm calling you guys back in because I found a pretty good goodie. I've been finding some proofs up over here with different varieties and stuff like that I'll get to at the very end of the bag. And then I'll start searching these for varieties, but check this out. This is pretty cool. This is basically the very last year of the Voyager dollar, and this is the 1987 Voyager dollar, until they switched over in the double dollar proof sets to basically what you see now is loonies. So it's pretty cool to see one of these, and it is a proof just by looking at it. It's really reflective. And there's also an 86, an 84, and an 83 proof dollars, which is pretty cool. So we already have multiple proofs up on the board, and I have a bit of a bag to go through, and I'm starting to find some other 68s, and I'm getting a pretty big selection of dates. So if I happen to find anything else, I'll call you guys back in. But before I start going through the rest of this bag, I also happen to have found this trade token. It's basically for Wallaceburg, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Most towns usually have this. There's probably some across the country that are like that, but yeah, I got some interesting stuff. So I'm gonna go through the rest of this bag. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but excited too to see what's in the rest of this bag. So as you can see, I have a pretty wide selection of coins, and this is pretty interesting. I found from 82 all the way up to 1987 proof-like dollars, which is pretty cool in my personal opinion. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. Don't want to focus for me. There we go. So I would say that is a pretty cool coin. That came from a set. I also happen to have found an 85 at the bottom of the bag that was like that as well. So now I have an 85 and an $85 and half dollar, which is pretty sweet. So this must have came from one person, but it's really cool to find the 87 half dollar, which is a lot more harder to find. So that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all these, see which ones there's varieties and variations. If I happen to find anything in any of these, I'll call you guys back in. So from basically going through all these dollars, I did not find any variations or varieties or double dates or anything like that at all. So before I start hunting the quarters, I'm going to show you some of the commemorative nickel dollars that they had during the 70s. If I could ever get that to focus. There we go. This is the Manitoba one. Pretty sure it commemorates 200 years of that province. There is the Prince Edward Island. This was in 73. There's also the 1984 Jaqued's Charter. I could be butchering that name. It's pretty interesting, some of the commemoratives that we had throughout the years. There's some other ones in here, but I'm not going to be going through all these just to see if I can find a couple other commemoratives to show off. But it was pretty interesting to say the least for the nickel hunt, but I'll be getting on to these quarters here shortly before I put this away. Now that that's done and over with, let's start getting into the quarters and see what we can find. And the crappy part is, I'm pretty sure that this roll right here is shorted because it weighs 177. And that's an indication that a roll of quarters has been shorted by somebody. That's how I usually know, so it's not that hard to figure it out for me, especially since I've been doing this for so long. Mule? Nope. Mountie? Large bust? Nope. I'm doing this so religiously, I know what I'm looking for, so I'm going to count this and I bet you I am right. So there's $5 there. And I was right. I was shorted a quarter. So that is not cool at all, because we got ourselves a slider. And that's something that I do not like, so I'm going to crack open another one. Hopefully that roll is not the same thing. I highly doubt it, because when it starts weighing in the 180s, I usually say to myself that it can't be, but sometimes it can happen too. Nickel and other stuff like American can weigh it down. Silver? No. So it's always interesting to see what I can get from the bank. If it's silver, it'd be pretty cool. If it's not, then yeah. Hope you got a 2015. Is it going to be one of those colorized poppy quarters? Please? Ah, no, it's not. So I'm going to start going through the rest of these quarters. I have about another 18 rolls of those, plus another 20 rolls of dimes. If I happen to find something, I'll call you guys back in. So I went through the quarters, and I didn't really find much of anything other than $1.75 in American quarters. And I happen to have got upchanged a quarter, so I ended up breaking even, which is a good thing. So I have about 20 rolls of dimes here, and I'm going to go through those. You're probably thinking it's a little darker in the day. What's going on? I had to basically cut my hunt halfway through because I had a few things I needed to do before I went to dinner with my family. I'm not seeing much of anything in this one. Dimes is one of the things that I will say. It's probably one of the most boringest things to hunt. And it's true in some ways, but you always have a chance of finding silver or not knowing if there's silver in the rolls. So, because they're so small, it's not like you're losing a massive amount of money. So I'm going to do another roll and see if there's anything inside. And if I happen to find something, I'll call you guys back in. And I'm not seeing much of anything about that one. Nope. So I'm going to go through these, and if I happen to find something, I'll call you guys back in. And it looks like we're going to have something in this roll, because it's looking a lot more reflective than normal. So it looks like we got a silver dime right here by the looks of it. So, oh, and it is. It's going to be a mackerel. Zoom that in. Come on, focus. So it looks like we got ourselves a mackerel dime. If anyone ever wants to focus in on me, that would be really nice. Sometime today. I don't know why it's not doing that, but there we go. There. So we got ourselves a mackerel dime. I think it's because of all those reflective dollars. It's really messing with it. It sounds like it's going to be 50%, so we already got a silver up on the board, which is very nice to be seeing, along with all these other interesting finds, and American, and upchanged a dime so far, so that's pretty good. So I have about 9 more rolls. If I happen to find anything else, I'll call you guys back in. It's not silver, but it does look like a foreign coin, and it's looking rather particularly odd. Like it's a lot thicker than a regular dime, so okay, maybe I'm wrong. It's a 94 dime, really horrible edge, and it seems to be that it is a washer coin. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's usually when it tumbles around and circulates and stuff like that, but I'm not really seeing much of anything else other than a nickel 68 and 1 American dad. So if I happen to find anything else weird, odd, foreign, or silver, I'll call you guys back in. I'm on the final roll, and it looks like this was a pretty good hunt. Got some silver, some proofs, half dollars, large dollars. So let's end the night with a bang and the beginning to a new year. Hopefully I'll find some more collection dumps, some more silver, stuff like that. So let's see what's in the final roll to end the night. By the looks of it, I'm not seeing any silver, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm going to go through this, and then I'll call you guys for a wrap-up. So for tonight's hunt, In terms of large dollars, half dollars, quarters, and dimes, this is what we happen to have found. I found from 82 all the way up to 87 Voyager proof-like dollars. These were not intended for circulation. It was meant to be for collectors, and they were put into special sets. So these are something that you do not come by very often, and it is very cool to be seeing something like that. So, and I happen to have found two NFICs. One's an NFIC 2000, half dollar. I'm pretty sure this is the P version. These would come out as sets as well, along with the 1985 to go with the $85 that I have. Proof-like dollar. So these are all very interesting coins, very nice in terms of American. There's $2.95. Upchanged 1 dime, so this is going to start a whole new year at 10 cents extra so far. Hopefully we don't go into the negative. Last year was $24.50, so here is that final coin that we found of the night. This 1967 mackerel dime. So like, subscribe to my channel. It really goes a long way to getting me closer to that 500 sub giveaway. And you know the moral of the story, guys. Happy hunting and stay tuned down the road for more videos.